Welcome back to a new episode of Zero to Race, and my name is James, and in this series we're basically going from zero, never having raced before, to trying to be a racer and trying to be a competitive racer. So I think over the last week and a half, I've kind of got myself to a stage where we're somewhat competitive now. Won my first race, took part in my first crit race, and now we're here taking part in another race. So that was the whole goal of the series, was to literally go from zero to a racer, and now that we're at that racing stage, we're going to keep pushing. Like, we're not going to stop and change course. We're going to keep going, keep trying to be competitive, keep trying to get good results, and just keep trying to get better, really, and just keep bringing you along on the journey. And this weekend now we have another stage race coming up. So I haven't even done a one-day event yet, and I'm going into my second stage race already. So today we're up here in County Clare. We're doing the Cotter Cup, which is a 3-stage race. So it's now Friday. We're about, I think we're like 4:30 in the evening right now. Tomorrow is race day, so we have an 88-kilometre race in the morning. Around 11 o'clock we have an 88k race, and then in the evening, afternoon time, 4 o'clock, we have a 7-kilometre time trial. And then on the Sunday we have an 80-kilometre race in the morning at 11. So again, it's not as jam-packed as the Kanturk race was when we had 4 stages over 3 days. This is 3 stages over 2 days, so it's not going to be easier. Every race is going to be challenging in its own way. But yeah, we're here, checked in now at our Airbnb. I came up the day before because it's like a three-hour drive for me, so I wasn't going to drive up and drive down for each day. So got an Airbnb, checked in now, so I can kind of chill out, go for a bit of a cycle there now as well later on. I get the rest of my food in. So the 3-hour spin, I didn't actually eat anything since, so I do have a lot of food to get in. Where we're at food-wise, I think I'm only halfway there with my food. So the plan for the last stage race worked so well, I'm literally following the exact same thing. Like, why fix something that's not broken? So right now we're on 2,758 calories, and we have 460 grams of carbs in for today. So I'm going to try and get another 350 in by the rest of the day if I can. It's 4:15 right now, so I should be able to get the rest of my carbs in. I'm going to have a meal now, maybe some snack on the side, go for a short cycle. I got 90 minutes, just nice and easy on the bike, then get some more food in later on, and we should be good. So what I'm getting in here now is I just have basic meal, chicken and rice inside here. I think there's 400 grams of rice, that's all I could fit in the tub, and I've got about 120-ish grams of chicken here as well. So I'm going to get this down now. I should probably have eaten this a lot sooner, but we're going to get this down, then we're going to try and have some easy carbs as well, and then get out on the bike. Because the biggest lesson I got from the last race was fueling made such a big difference. Like, I ate so much food, but like, I felt I was never lacking energy, really. I was never lacking anything in the legs. You know, I always had something there. You know, I suppose I never experienced that bonk where it's just like, you just don't have it. You know, so there was always energy there. There always felt like I had something there. While at times I mightn't have had the actual power to like keep up at times maybe, but I definitely had something there, you know. I was never like, oh man, my legs are kind of give you up on me here, you know. So that's definitely down to the fueling. Lots of carbs the day before. Like, my aim is to get 800 carbs in today, 800 grams of carbs. Tomorrow, same, 800 grams of carbs. And then Monday as well, a lot of food in early in the day as well. And it makes such a big difference. And fueling on the bike as well, like, I think I was aiming for like 80 to 100 grams of carbs on the bike as well. So if you're new to the channel and I haven't introduced what bike I'm using, then this is the Giant Propel Advanced Pro Zero, and it's in size ML. And what we have on here, so we'll talk some specs. So the wheels I have on here are the SLR ones. Both the same. And then on the tyres I have the Continental GP 5000s on here. The handlebars, I'm actually not 100% sure what the handlebars are. They're some form of new Cadex Contex SLR aero, so some form of aero handlebars. I don't even know what they are, to be honest. They're actually new on the bike with the last couple of weeks, because that handlebars I got on the bike were swapped off. What else do we have on here? We have the Ultegra Di2. So on the front we have 52-36 chain rings, and then we have 11-34 on the back. So that's what we're running. That's the bike I've been using. I haven't made any changes really. She runs well. I like it. And I suppose I'm blessed to have a bike this nice and this good and this fast. you know, the bike doesn't make all the difference, but it definitely does make a big difference. So I'm blessed and grateful that I can cycle and race on a bike just like this. So I've got 90 minutes nice and easy on the road. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually on part of the course that we'll be doing on Sunday. So it's actually passing the Airbnb that I'm at. So I'm here in Doonbeg, which is like right by the coast, which is actually, it's a very nice spot. And you know what? Cycling has taken me to very cool places already. Like I've been to the Ring of Beara. I probably would have never went there if it wasn't for cycling. I'm now here in Kilrush. Well, Doonbeg, I'll be racing in this kind of peninsula here in Clare. And like I probably would have never come here otherwise, only for cycling. So, I mean, that's a win in itself, you know what I mean? If I don't get any results out of this weekend, at least I've been to a cool part of Ireland that I probably would have never come to. Grand old spin, went around the TT circuit as well. You know, it's not too bad. There are a couple of pinches, alright. I'll have to kind of judge them well now. So I have to like pace my effort now, and because I haven't really done that much practice for TTs. Well, to be honest, I've done no practice for TTs since my last TT in Kanturk. Like, so we're going to go out and see how we do. Not expecting massive performance or anything. Just go learn, see how we get on again. And yeah, just did 2 efforts. Just did 2-minute efforts there as well. Going to finish off with 2 8-second sprints here as well, just to kind of finish my session off. It's been all zone 1 and just those 2 efforts, and then I'm going to do 2 sprints here now as well. That's kind of my pre-race openers, and that'll be me done and back to the gaff, and it'll be more food. That's the plan of action. So when I got back, I checked the time and I realized it was pretty late. Well, 7 o'clock, and I still have like another 200 grams of carbs to get in by the evening. So what I've done, I've already thrown back one of these bagels. So there's like 30 grams of carbs. I have a shot of strawberry jam on there, so it gives me like another 15 grams of carbs. Actually, raspberry jam. Raspberry's my favorite over strawberry. I just love that. So I'm throwing these back. I got a banana in. I had 45 grams of carbs on the bike as well, just sipping that away. So that was sweet. I'm also throwing a few more bananas, and there's a small bit of cereal here at the Airbnb, so I'm going to use that and I should be good. I'll give you the totals. I'll update you with the totals when I'm done, but we're almost there. Like right now I'm sitting at, where am I sitting at? Yeah, with these bagels, I'm at 750 grams of carbs, so that's actually pretty sweet, and 4,300 calories in total, so not doing too bad. I'm definitely going to try and get 850 is my goal. If I can get 850 grams of carbs by the end of the evening, then that should be sweet. Like that's another 100 grams. I should manage that, and I don't want to be eating too late either. Like if I eat too late, then it could affect my sleep. So like I want to make sure that like I'm not eating after 8 p.m. Ideally not eating after 7. That's what I usually try and do. I don't try and eat after like 6:30, 7 o'clock. So yeah, because usually try and give myself like 2 or 3 hours before going to sleep, before having my last meal. But yeah, desperate times calls for desperate measures. So I'm going to finish this stuff, get that done. I still haven't even taken my gear off because I'm just focused on getting food in. So I'm going to be rating the food that she has provided here at the Airbnb. So I think these are some crunchy nut. There's probably only like, I'm guessing like 30 grams in there. So that's maybe like 25 grams of carbs probably. In here, I presume this is like special K or something along those lines. There's definitely more. There's probably like 60, 70 grams inside here, I'm guessing. So between these, I'll try and eat maybe half of this. That should give me another, because where I'm at right now, I'm actually fairly close at the moment. Yeah, I'm like 794 now, so if I can eat this should be another 25 grams, and I'll probably have half of this with some milk, and that should be me done. And if I feel maybe later on, it's only 7 o'clock now, 7:05. So if I feel like maybe later on, closer to 8 o'clock, that I want to have something more, I might have something small, maybe another bagel or banana or something, or even finish this off, I'll see. But I think we're good to go. That wind and rain out there is not appealing at all, to be honest. Like Met Aaron is telling us that it should be calmed down by 10 o'clock, and we're racing at 11, and the sun should be out by like 11. So I mean, as if the roads are wet, that's not too bad. As long as it's dry conditions, we should be okay. But I'm trying to get some food in. So I made a bit of a mistake when I was preparing myself. I forgot to bring oats with me. So when I woke up at like 6 o'clock, got out of bed at like 6:15, and I was just like, shit, I didn't bring any oats with me. I had everything else. So what I do, I had to wait until 7 o'clock until Super Value opened. Then I got some oats. So what I did when I got up straight away, I had, what did I have actually? I think I had like 2 bagels. Because I want to make sure I'm getting a lot of food in this morning as well. Seeing as today's a double session, like we have 88-kilometre race at 11 o'clock, and then we have 7-kilometre TT at like, I think I'm out at like 4:15 or something. That's what, yeah. Yeah, so this morning I had three bagel tins. I had about 200 grams of banana. I've been eating so many bananas, man. And I had some raspberry jam on that as well. So I've already had 170 grams of carbs today so far, which is sweet. And now I'm having some oats. So I had that around probably 6:45 is when I had that. 6:30, 6:45 when I had those. And it's now 8:15, and I'm having this bowl of oats here. So there's about 80 to 100 grams of oats here. I'm not exactly sure how much. Last time I had it all weighed out. Last time I actually brought my weighing scales with me, the small little one. This time I didn't. We probably have about 100 grams of oats inside here. I have some protein powder in here as well. And I'm gonna have a shot of honey, like loads of honey. Probably like 2 or 3 tablespoons. Mix that in. That'll give us, I'm gonna have another banana in here as well. So that gives us for the morning 1,400 calories and 270 grams of carbs so far, which is a lot. And then, yeah, I won't be eating anything now until like 11 o'clock race. I'll have something again at around probably 10 o'clock. So I might have maybe another banana, might have a squares bar. I'll be sipping away on some carb mix as well, so that I keep sipping away some carbs. And then should be good to go. So I need to apologise because you're not going to be very happy with me, because from this point forward I do not have any footage from the race. So I was trying to find people to maybe record on my camera at the race, but then it was so wet, there wasn't many people around, and to be honest I wasn't able to get any footage from the race weekend, which I'm kind of annoyed about, because the last race weekend I got a nice bit of footage, so I've literally 0 footage of me racing this weekend. But that aside, it wasn't a bad race weekend overall. Like for me, actually a great weekend, you know, even though my previous weekend racing I won, I didn't get a win this weekend, but it was another massive weekend of racing for me, and a massive weekend of learning as well. Like, so there was a solid bunch. I think there was like 60 or 70 riders or something had taken part in this race, so we had a massive field, like, you know. So obviously with a bigger field, then my whole aim was to like, all right, okay, stay as close to the front as you can, because when you're going to be in the middle of the pack, that's when something can happen, you know. That's when there's going to be danger. So I was always trying to keep myself positioned within the top 10 riders if I could. So I was always kind of staying around there. And I suppose myself, there was another fella from my club, Philip was there, and Dean O'Brien as well from Blarney, a friend of mine. So we were kind of staying together. Philip was trying to kind of watch what I was doing, because it was his first main road race. So it was actually kind of cool to be able to, you know, help him out, and I suppose helping other people allowed me to kind of learn faster as well, like, because when you got to teach someone something, you have to really understand it better yourself. So it came down to a bunch sprint at the end, and my whole aim was to try and be positioned in a good spot, because I knew coming into the end that my sprint would be a good finish. Like, and I suppose how this race finished, the finish line was it was tricky enough, because you come down, you come flying down into the town, and you turn up on a 90-degree up a hill, and it's just a constant pull all the way to the finish, and the finish is much further away than you think it is. So my aim was to be on second, third wheel if I can, going into that corner. So I was on second wheel. So where I was, my teammate actually Philip from Bandy's, from the same club as I am at. So I was actually on Philip's wheel, and he was turning the corner, and his chain dropped. So all of a sudden I'm on the front of the pack, and like, ideally you do not want to be at the front. That's the worst place you want to be if you are hoping to sprint finish. So I was like, shit, okay, I could like slow it way down, and then there might be a bunch of lads past me, and then I might be late to react. So I was like, do you know what, Dean O'Brien, my buddy, was on my wheel. So I was like, okay, if anything happens, at least I can give Dean a good lead out here. So that was my whole aim. I kind of kept the foot down. I didn't push all out. I wanted to make sure I still had something in me for the sprint. So as we got closer to the line, I was kind of waiting for lads to kind of make a move, because I didn't want to start sprinting so early after, burning a lot already coming up to the finish line. So Dean jumped, or no, there was one fella probably behind Dean had jumped out. Dean jumped out on his wheel. So then as they kind of jumped, I just like put the foot down. So that was a lot of pain. That was just full gas to the line, pretty much all out, everything I had. And I finished third in the end. It was neck and neck with myself and fourth place. Like, he was ahead of me coming up to the line, and I just went all out, and I just nicked him on the line. I'd say there's like fractions of a second between myself and fourth place, which is kind of wild. I was so glad to be able to nick him on the line, especially after the lead out and pushing so hard before the line. Philip got so unlucky. I was so annoyed, because Philip's so strong. I think he would have won it, because he said his plan was when he turned the first corner, he was just going to go full gas to the line. I don't think any of us would have stayed with him, because he's one of the strongest riders around here, this level anyway. Like, obviously he's probably not C1 level yet, but he's definitely super strong to be a C2 rider. He's got so much power in his legs, it's unbelievable. Like, people look at me and think I've got a lot of power, and look at me and think I'm strong, but Philip is like a different level to me, which is just crazy. That's why I was like, if I can stay on Philip's wheel, I can be in a good spot here, but it was just so unfortunate. I seen his chain drop. I was like, I didn't really care about myself for a second. I was like, fuck, his first race, he was up at the front all day long, very comfortable, and it just finishes like this. I was like, that's so unfair. And when I saw that, and I was just like, I was so upset for him. I was like, fuck. But then obviously you're in the race, and you're back on the race. Like, no matter what happens, even if there's a crash behind, if something happens, you gotta be locked in and stay focused. Later on that afternoon, we had time trial. So this time trial was a little bit different to the one I did in Kanturk, because the one I did in Kanturk was almost like a constant flat, maybe just a slight pull, whereas this one there was a couple of bumps up and down. So it was a different sort of time trial. 7 kilometers. On the Saturday as well, Dean O'Brien had given me one of his spare skin suits, so I was racing in a skin suit, and I was doing the TT in a skin suit as well. I've never used them before, and it's far tighter, like you can definitely tell how it's more aero and how you can save so much watts with that. Like, he was saying, if you use it, try it out, that you can save like 30 or 40 watts, which is I'm learning now, which is a lot. Like, if you told me before, you can save 30 or 40 watts, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, how much is that? Like, whereas now I'm kind of like, okay, that actually does make a difference, and I saw it in real time. So the TT, this is where I've seen a lot of massive progress, and I suppose this was my second TT. The one in Kanturk that I did was my first ever TT. And to be honest, I didn't have any time to practice a TT since the Kanturk race, because I had the crit race the next weekend, and I had my normal training session, so I wasn't able to kind of fit in any TT practice. Maybe during efforts I might try and get into a TT position for like 3 or 4 minutes, but never actually any proper efforts to practice. So I was kind of coming in, this was like my second ever attempt at a TT, and the fact that it was a lot of up and downs, it was going to be a new challenge for me. So what happened on this TT, which was, it kind of scared me a little bit. Coming into the last 2 kilometers, I was like, oh fuck, am I going to be able to finish this TT? Because I was coming into Kilrush the last, probably, I think about 2k left, maybe 1500 meters left of the TT. I'd say probably about 2k, and I see sealant spraying out of my front tire, and I'm like, oh man. I was like, please just hold on until the end. Just get me through the TT. I was almost there. I felt I was doing pretty well. I was happy enough with how I was going, and this was kind of like all out now to the end, because it was a lot of downhill. So it was that's kind of where I wanted to drive on and push hard. And yeah, seeing the ceiling spraying out, I was like, oh man, please stay hard, please stay hard. Then it kind of slowed down, it stopped, and there wasn't a lot coming out. It was kind of splintering out. It didn't lose much tire pressure at all, to be honest. I think I don't think it lost any. It felt the same when I came back. So I was able to finish through the TT. I had to weave around a couple of cars at times, weave around a couple of riders on the road, but to be honest, finished that TT very, very happy. So there's over 50 riders did a TT, and I finished 14th overall. So that was a pretty good result for me, because in Kanturk I finished 24th overall out of like 30 something riders. So like I did far better this time around on this TT. And the biggest difference here as well, like, so this was the real litmus test. So Dean O'Brien, he's like, we're kind of very similar. We're very similar on our levels and where we're at. And in the Kanturk, I pushed more. I did more average power than he did, and he got a far better time on the time trial than I did. And this time around, I was only 1 second behind him on the time trial. So like a lot of that, we can probably put it down to skinsuit. Obviously, it made a big difference because my other jersey and stuff was very loose. So the skinsuit was definitely a big help, and probably maybe just getting used to a TT as well, being in probably a better position, getting used to that position. So like it is a massive step up. Like I was far closer to Dean this time around. I don't know how far behind. I think Dean finished in the top 5 or something in Kanturk, whereas I was 24th. So this was definitely showcased that I had come on a lot in terms of TT. So I was very happy about that. So it's day 2 of racing, and we've arrived at Kilrush. It's a windy / wet day, to be honest. There's a lot of heavy showers at the moment, so it's going to be probably a wet race. Definitely wet conditions on the ground, but we'll see how we get on. And today as well, kind of the first day I'm kind of on my own, we'll say, because the last couple of races I've always known people in the race, whereas today now I don't. Dean's gone home, Philip from Bandon's gone home, so I'm kind of out there on my own, which is going to be a new experience for me, because with the last couple of races I've always kind of stuck with Dean. We've always kind of worked together, and he kind of knows more about the racing scene than I do, so I was kind of able to stay with him, watch what he was doing, and if he made any moves I kind of went with him and stuff. So today now I'm going to have to focus on myself now and just make all those decisions myself, really. So it'll be a new experience, but yeah, I was hoping for a good day. So Sunday was a new day, and to be honest, a couple of more new challenges ahead of us. So this was an 80 kilometre race, so slightly shorter than Saturday's race. So it was 2 loops over 40 kilometre circuit. Again, really nice circuit, to be honest. I love the roads. Like, they wasn't too aggressive. There wasn't too many hills that were catching me out. It was a nice circuit that suited me nicely. And the one challenging thing again today was the wind. The wind was an absolute hassle, to be honest. A lot of people were struggling with it, to be honest. But for me, I was just trying to yes, the wind is there, but you still kind of gotta just get on with it. Like in the GC, I think I was 10th or something overall in GC. So it would have taken me, I think I needed 2 minutes or something to try and win the GC. So I was didn't even worry about it too much. I was let's try and get a good result here today, and let's see what we can do. So yeah, the race started off pretty well. I was actually in a very early break. 2 lads took off the road, so I was like, you know what, I'll just take off with them, because usually if one lad goes, we'll let him go. If there's 2 lads, we were trying to chase them down, so I just kind of went with them. No one else really came. We stayed away for about, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, but then we got caught. To be honest, I feel like I had great legs. I could have kept going for a nice bit, but I think the lads were just kind of starting to suffer a little bit, and against the big pack, it's hard to stay away. So yeah, and to be honest, for me, it actually felt like a nice warm up, to be honest, because I didn't feel like I was all out pushing for that effort. It felt like a good warm up, because it was raining and it was cold that day, so that felt like the perfect warm up, and I felt like I was in a good place then for the rest of the race. Because shortly after that, then there was 2 or 3 lads, maybe 1 or 2 lads went up the road. I was kind of back in the pack a little bit, and 2 lads went, and then they were gone, and they were getting further and further away. And then not many people were nobody really wanted to bring him back. So I was looking around, I was in my mind I was thinking I wanted to go for the win in this one. I was yesterday I did so well, and having led out the sprint to finish 3rd, I was I can definitely get a good result here. I was trying to do a lot of work to try and bring them back, and it was almost impossible to get across. There was no way I was going to get across on my own, because it was so windy. We brought them back very, very close, and I made probably the biggest mistake I'd made on the whole weekend was not bridging across when they were that close. Like we were, I think, 30 or 40 seconds behind, but like they were so far away you could hardly see them at times. We brought them back to what was about maybe, I don't know, 10 seconds or so, because you could see them just up there. And I'd put in so much work, so much effort at the front for so long. I was like, surely now, we're so close, surely some other lads are going to come and help out now, and like, let's close them down and bridge across. And it didn't happen. And then one young fella, junior, he jumps across, Josh, he ends up winning the whole thing. He was very smart. He sat in all day and he jumped across at the right time. Like that's taking the opportunity when it comes. And I didn't take that opportunity. I should have jumped across with him. I wasn't suffering, but I was like, fuck, we'll bring him back, all right. You know, we have, I think it was like 30k left or 25k left at that stage. I was like, we can definitely bring him back. And once they were gone, he had to work hard, I'd say, to bring those guys back, because it was into the wind. When he bridged across, and I'd say he did it just in time, because if they got any further away, it would have been so hard to try and bring those guys back. And to be honest, there was a few guys then tried to make moves towards the end. There were fellas that were high up in GC, but it was just far too late, and we never got close. We got very close. So there was 2 lads up the road, and then when Josh bridged across, there was 3 lads, I think. So they were the top 3. But we got very, very close to second and third. Josh had managed to get himself a minute up the road from those lads, which is massively impressive, to be fair to him. Like that was a massive effort he did towards the end. But he was smart. I think he saved himself all day. let the foolish guys like myself do all the work to bring the guys back, and then bridge across all the ways to the end. I was still determined. I was like, we can get these guys like towards the end. I didn't know how far away they were, but like I was like, we can get them. Like we can fucking get these guys. So that I was like foot down all the way as far as I could go, like literally until the line. Like I was just flat out, like, you know. And I was very, very close to getting the second and third place guys, but in the end finished 5th. A couple of guys staying on my wheel managed to pass me at the very end. But to be honest, finishing 5th in that race, I was happy enough. Again, I did so much work in that race. I was actually surprised I even finished 5th with the amount of work that I put in. And I suppose, yeah, overall finished 6th in the GC, which is not a bad result at all, you know. And thinking that there was like 60 plus riders enter the race for the C3 stage race, finishing 6th is a massive result. If I was a little bit smarter at times, I probably could have finished better and maybe even got myself a couple of better results. But overall, great weekend. Very happy with that. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.